Brazil was amazing. It was like totally fantastic. Went for 35 days. Went up and down the coast. Spent some time in the big city, São Paulo. Was there mainly for my grandma's 80th birthday.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was literally insane. She's kind of a celebrity in her community. She built her own school.
Wow.
And ran it and was the principal.
That's legit.
So she's got love from her whole community.
Okay. So they all pulled up.
Everyone pulled up. It was like 120 people at the birthday party. It looked more like a wedding.
Damn, that's actually beautiful. If you have an 80th birthday party, yeah. How well have you known your grandma growing up, though?
Super well.
Do you think that her influenced you as well, like seeing that?
For sure, I feel like her influence is super prevalent every day. Like, not in music per se, but like manners, how I carry myself. Try to be a gentleman.
Yeah. We were just talking. The girls before were saying there's not enough chivalry in guys these days.
Man, my mom always told me, she was like, always be kind to women. I'm trying to raise a gentleman.
Yeah, I told them, like, look, I'm sorry, I actually don't know what chivalry is. I don't know where to look, like, to be honest.
That's funny.
They're talking about the bare minimum, but I was just like, wow, I've never had that issue, so never not been chivalrous.
This guy.
I don't know what they're talking about. It seems like these guys they're just not me. They're just not him.
Yeah, not him, huh? That's crazy.
But, yeah, man. Oh, bro, do you ever write songs about? You ever think of writing songs about girls, about love?
Bro, most of my songs are about love, about girls.
Really?
Yeah, I would say so. Most of my music takes inspiration from like relationships I've had, or experiences I've had like with girls.
Has it ever been like devout to someone as a confession of your love?
Nah. It's never a song is truly about a specific person. More just like certain lines touch on certain moments, Yeah. I've never like written a whole song in the thought of like a girl,
Okay, I see.
It's just the experience. That's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Because like, I don't want to give these hosts platforms,
Yeah. Yeah. Not like
so
Drake, bro.
Yeah, but I feel like
you're protecting their identity. Yeah. You're graceful.
Exactly. I'm not trying to put them on a pedestal.
Yeah, right.
I particularly liked is it how can I be stressing when I know this just the start?
That's in your heart.
Yeah, in your heart. Yeah, that line, I'm like, oh, that's a fire line because it makes sense. And I really liked how the song, it kind of reminded me of Sticky by Drake in terms of the vibe of it.
Okay.
Do you know Sticky?
Yeah.
How it was like in the feels, if you know what I mean, but it was still like like I could still like bob to it, like a little bit of house vibe. Yeah. I like those kind of tracks that are where I can like be in my feels, but still kind of
yeah,
and you can still play it at the club, right? And everybody just
exactly
a little bit of dark
that's
light,
exactly what I was going for. Like for me, I wanted to make kind of a euphoric type of
right
song, and I feel like how you get euphoric music is when you mix sadness but also hype. So it's like you don't like, you're almost conflicted, Yeah. It's like these lyrics kind of make me sad or get in my feels or make me think about certain experiences I've had, but at the same time the beat just makes me want to move.
Oh, it's like what's that one song where the guy like he says like actually like you're not even listening to the lyrics, but he's talking about like how his wife used to love him and now he's fallen out of love. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know the song?
No.
What song? How does it go?
I'm actually forgetting. I'm drawing a blank here. But there's this like, oh man, like it's coming to me more. But
Into
like,
the mic.
I don't know. Like there's so many examples that I could think of where like the beat is like so upbeat, but what?
Like you're not getting picked up.
Oh, thank you. But like the beat is so upbeat, but like the lyrics tell a much more somber story.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Interesting
Like that's what you're trying to capture, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you try to make it more like are you trying to make like a juxtaposition when you're referring to like really sad things but trying to make them feel more grateful for their circumstance, or are you just purely telling a sad story with a really
I'm trying to reflect most of the time and move past it. Like
through your music.
Exactly. That's how I deal with whatever I go through in life, like if that be inspiration, if that be heartbreak, if that be happiness,
Yeah.
I put that in the song. and try to tell a story that most people can relate to, while also being true to myself.
Yeah,
you know,
that's real.
Because I know that what I'm going through, like thousands of other people are still going through.
Of course.
You know, so that's kind of how I approach it.
So, great preamble.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's Motive. I'm Andrew. This is John.
I'm Victa.
What up? Let's go.
So man, yeah, you're one of an up and coming Ottawa artist, man. We've seen a lot of that come and go, but I'm always really excited to see Ottawa talent really rep Ottawa and show some love. So how do you feel about, like, as your career expands, like, do you think you're gonna distance yourself further from Ottawa, or are you trying to, like, put it more on the map? Because, like, you know, in Blues Fest and etc., like, they used to have Snoop Dogg and everyone show up, but now, like, we don't really see a lot of that culture back. So do you think about that often?
Yeah, I do. People say that, like, Ottawa's hard to make it out of, but I feel like making out of here is where it matters, you know? People talk bad about Ottawa, but honestly, I have nothing but good things to say. I love my life in Ottawa. I love the people I've met here. It's where I grew up, and I'm proud to be from here, you know? So obviously, like, the goal is not to stay a local artist. It's not to stay in Ottawa, but I'm always going to be repping where I'm from, you know, because it's the people who are here, who have supported me and who have helped me on my journey, helped me start, show me love. So, yeah, I can never turn my back on Ottawa, you know, as a part of who I am.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's because, like, we draw that parallel often because, like, people come from, like, even Canada as well, and they, except for Drake, of course, but they don't show much love. And because we were talking about earlier about, like, culture and how Canada's so influenced by American culture. It's not even like we have our own identity. But we're also talking about T-Ogs. I don't know if you're familiar.
Yeah.
But we're like, T-Og doesn't show Ottawa, like, any love. Like, we never see him here, never seen him around. In fact, like, Andrew invited me to a dance battle one time. I didn't even know T-Ogs was in the scene. And we saw him there. And, like I didn't even know anything about him. But, like, that's the first time I ever saw him. Like, I started looking into him. That's, like, the only thing I ever saw him do a part of Ottawa. But he doesn't even rep that now. He's in LA, big man.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that comes up to me as I think about it is that the difference between what you see with all these artists blowing up, where, you know, they got millions of streams, but they can get signed, but their reach is, like, very dispersed, which is kind of interesting because how, like, it must suck to be an artist who has millions of streams, but you can't really go play a show necessarily. Whereas in the past, right, like, that's not really how that worked. Like, if you had millions of streams, you had millions of people, you know, congregate in one space.
It's crazy because people actually forget about real life love, you know? When you're saying you're getting 1,000 streams, millions of streams, but, like, people aren't showing up to your concert. It's like, I'm not, like, at a huge level yet, but when I host events, when I throw parties, when I do release parties, there's so much real life love. Yeah. And that's the type of shit that gives me confidence to go forward because, like, I see it, you know, I'm interacting with it. And that's the shit that really matters for me. So I feel like having a strong fan base, making an impact on the people in your city is super important, especially as an artist. Like, I don't want to just, like, blow up overnight and then be gone in the wind. Like, I want to have a strong community in the city I'm from and in other cities. You know?
Yeah. And it's I really like what you said earlier about like this is the place to make it out of, because if you can't build and cultivate a good following and a lot of support from people where you come from, who's to say you're going to be able to recreate that elsewhere? And if you don't even care about that, then, like, what are you really doing music for? Is it for the cloud, or is it for the actual impact you have on people? But
yeah,
that's a good mindset to have as an artist. And, like, yo, we see it too. Like, when we hear Victa drop the song, we're like, no way. And then I know you throw parties and everyone wants to be a part of them because they know, like, they're trying to support you in your career, which is always such a great thing to see.
I appreciate that. Yeah, bro, we have to get you guys to the next one.
Oh, I'd love to, bro.
Yeah, I got some good stuff coming.
We're you know, funny you say that. I wanted to save it, but I didn't want to leave you in the dark. But, like, so we've been trying to plan an event for when everybody comes back from university on the 21st of December. And, like, we were thinking, like, primarily we wanted to be more like more a reunion kind of thing, cuz, like, people from our school, from SRB, were just asking for that a lot. They really had a high demand for it. but it didn't happen last year. And obviously we have Dushan, who we want to rep as well. But we were just thinking like, well, we want to take advantage of it, and we know a lot of Woodruff people, so we rented out the show.
Oh shit!
500 people max capacity, and we have our boy Big Horse as a DJ
behind the cam. Shout out Big Horse.
And we wanted to sign on Dushan to perform live for a couple songs, and we'd love to have you as well.
Man, that sounds like a sick opportunity. I appreciate that. That sounds like a movie. I'd be super down. I like the show. It's a good venue. I like the idea. I feel like when it's a reunion, everyone's just that much more excited, you know?
Exactly. Because they know what's up, and they know what they're expecting, and they're expecting you, and they're trying to show love for that. So we want to bring that love back to Ottawa, and we'd be so happy to have you, man.
Bro, I'd be super happy to turn out, man. That sounds like a sick Motv.
Man. That'd be fucking dope, man.
Cheers.
But yeah.
Oh, you don't even have your drink. This guy's lacking. Get that on cam.
I'm done.
Hey, Big Horse with the soju on deck.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, bro, we're trying to set it up. We're trying to have we're trying to have a sick party, man. Like, we're really trying to live it up, bro. We're like, I think these guys think we're being loud, but whatever, bro. Fuck it. We're trying to live it up, bro. We're trying to fuck it up at the show, man. 21st of December, bro. See that through. We're going to have Victa, Dushan, and Big Horse live.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, bro.
You know I can help promote that shit, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because if I'm popping out, then there's going to be people who want to come, too.
Exactly. They're
know?
like, well, now I have to show the love. Have to show up.
Yeah, and if you guys are providing the opportunity, I'd love to, like, help expand that reach.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man. Absolutely.
Of course.
Bro. But anyways, bro, more about you, man. So we've been talking about art like almost all day, and I've been really fascinated with its parallels towards design and everything else. What do you really see yourself doing as a musician for the rest of your career? Like, what do you actually want to focus on? A lot of people say they want to be producers, they want to do music management, but what do you actually want to do?
It's a good question. It's a big question, too, because I feel like as artists, it's kind of hard to create a huge plan because your art can go in so many different ways depending on how you feel, right? But for me, I want my hands on everything. I want to record, I want to produce, I want to publish. Right now I own my own publishing company. It's called Chosen Family Records. So I want to continue with that. I want to release my own clothing line. I have bare designs already. And I'm in talks with a record label in Brazil, and they want to help promote it. I just graduated from the music industry arts program because I knew music was what I wanted to do, but I wanted to be a professional about it. Yeah. My mom, my dad, my family, they wanted me to get a post-secondary degree, or a diploma or something. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm going to hone my skills in the music industry arts program. So that kind of gave me more of the industry knowledge. I want to become a music executive as well. So the goal is to own my own music, publish my own music, as well as compose, create my own music, and also help other artists on the way, help their career. I'm already doing that. I'm doing a lot of executive producing. So artists will invite me to their studio sessions. I'll help, give them tips because I have quite a lot of experience in the studio. So yeah, helping other artists too, giving them a platform, giving them, tips and tricks in the industry. So yeah, kind of just being a player. They're in partnership with the Live Nation. I don't remember the name. It's a Brazilian name. Yeah.
Yeah, Live Nation is legit.
That's really admirable, and I find myself in that position as well. Like in terms of being a master of my domain. Like in terms of the tech scene, like I want to be a CEO. I want to be a developer. I want to be doing all that stuff. What I have a lot of trouble is deciding like whether or not I should specialize a lot harder. Like, do you think about that often? Do you think about like limitations on being overgeneralized?
Yeah, I think sometimes I don't want to spread myself out too thin, but at the same time, I don't think I have any limitations. I feel like if I put limitations on myself, then that's the first issue. I got to believe in myself fully, my creative vision fully. And I think as an artist, like if you start second guessing yourself where you want to take things, it's not going to work out.
That's hard, bro.
I want to make my own moves. I don't want people to make my moves for me. That's kind of the main thing, you know? I want to be in charge.
That's hard, bro. That's hard, man. And that's a good point. Like, I do see often myself even, and a lot of people like second guessing themselves because they think that's like what the market wants.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, like, if you're just trying to be an artist, you're trying to be a creator, like, you can't make all your decisions just because you think someone's gonna judge it, which seems pretty trivial. But like, obviously in practice, it's very rare to see someone who's so pure in their devotion to their art. A lot of people get sidetracked.
How do you think differently about when it's you versus when you're supporting somebody else? You know, as an artist, you might be mixing your own track,
Mm-hmm.
but you're also, or even when you're producing somebody else's image
Mm-hmm.
versus when you're producing your own image.
I think as an artist, you have to receive love, but you also have to give twice as much love, you know, because there are artists who have an immense amount of talent, but the most important thing is their support network, you know. So I always trying to shine lights on my friends who are in the industry doing what creative things they do, because they deserve to be seen, you know. And I don't really, I want what's best for the other artists, especially the ones that I'm helping out. I'll try to like talk to them. Okay, what are your interests? What do you actually want out of the industry? What are your inspirations? Maybe we can work on that, you know?
Okay, so it's for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. I see.
And the more I help them, in turn they'll help me.
It's good energy to give off.
Yeah, bring the homies up with you type shit. That's
of course, you shouldn't be like, what's it called where it's like you keep something for yourself,
like
hoarding.
Yeah, you should shine light on other people and their talents. That's what I'm trying to say. You should put your friends in positions to win. You should put other creatives in positions to showcase their talents.
Yeah, like selfless. Like.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
No, that's a incredible, like, that's what everyone should be. Like, I find too often people think of it like as transactional, when in reality you should be trying to build a community.
Exactly, and art, especially music, is all community based. Your community is your support network. They're the people who are going to support you as well, you know. So it's super important. That's trying to build genuine connections with the people you meet, impact them in good ways. That's what I'm focusing on.
So would you say that there was a community like that for you when you started? Do you have any like mentor figures that you would say helped you get started in your career?
For sure. I'm lucky. I've known some really good people. I remember the first day I released my song was in grade 10 history class. I released Switching Sides, and my friends in the class made me a card. And they drew the Spotify symbols, and they're like, have fun being famous, like, we all love you. And then they signed it. That shit's posted up on my wall.
That's
see
pre-COVID.
That shit. Yeah, pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID energy was different.
It was the year right before it hit. So
that's so real, man.
Yeah, the people who have helped put me on, I gotta give big shout out. You know, Two Time.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He just signed to Polo G.
Oh, actually, yes, I did hear about that.
Yeah, he went to Woodruff with me. We used to do like talent shows, and I saw him doing his thing, and I was like, where should I start recording? And he put me in contact with the Cave Recording Studios and my boy AL, who's Alejandro. And they've been super influential in like helping me on my journey, especially AL. Like, that's kind of my big bro. Just giving me advice, giving me reassurance, giving me a place to record, experiment, create, you know, cool shit, dope shit, putting me on game. So, yeah, I think the best way to learn is through mentors. And that's what I'm trying to be for other people.
Yeah. That's so fire, man.
Okay, so be that. If somebody they know that the best move is to make more connections, but they're fearful to actually put themselves out there, so they just want to do their own thing in their house. You know, could you say something to them?
I think you can do that nowadays with the internet, but if you're an artist, you have to put yourself out there.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's hard to be successful in the music industry if you're not putting yourself out there. One way or another, you have to be out there. You have to be seen. You have to be getting engagement, you know? There are ways to go about it that can make you feel more comfortable, but to be seen and to see other people, I think that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably a prime example of this, where when you connect with others, you actually get super high production quality. You can get other people to listen to your music right away and rate it or give you feedback. Like, at the end of the day, like, entertainment is entertainment. It's for others.
Exactly.
So, and like, same thing with art. Like, I'm not going to say that art has to be collaborative, but like, in a big part of art is the fact that it's like other people are looking at it.
It's super important to collaborate with others. It's through others the way you grow, the way you view your own artistic vision, the way you even approach the industry at all. You know, I try to mix it up each time I do a project. You know, obviously I have my good people who I rely on, but I'm always super energetic about the opportunity to connect with new creatives, right? Because just broadening my creative way, you know.
I like that approach where it's like you've got your regulars who you know are gonna work, but then you're leaving some room out to bring other people in and just like try out different stuff and see what will stick and what won't.
You can always learn something new from somebody. Like, and that's the thing in the music industry, like, you can't have an ego because you can always learn something new from somebody else. Even if it's a small thing, that small thing can actually impact you in a bigger way than you thought.
Absolutely. Like, it's a different form of limiting yourself when you have such a high level of arrogance, especially like in something as creative as art, because ideas could be so commonplace and can change your whole perspective on things if you just let it happen. But like, I mean, this is also just in anything. Like, people think they're so much better than whatever other people have to offer, and as a result, they never reach further success. So, on that note of like progression, what are you trying to do with like the kind of style of music that you have? Do you want to focus purely on hip hop and rap, or do you want to develop it into more things?
I think,
like, I guess my question is, like, you ever thought about like yourself as a general entertainer, or do you just want to stay more as a musician? You know, there's a lot of talk about like, or rather, a lot of public figures become more than just musicians. You know, look at Drake;
like
he was an actor.
They're cross-pollinating, essentially.
Exactly, like they're expanding their reach, their impact. How do you think that it plays with you?
I think it's very much a part of my journey. I don't want to just be a rapper. I don't want to just be an artist. As I said, I want my fingers in everything. I think being in the music industry, you're almost already like, you have to be on TikTok, you have to be on Instagram, you have to be on these social media pages, right? So you're kind of already going the route of an influencer, just trying to do it in your own way, push your music. That's the product, you and your music, right? People might love your music but hate you, and then that's not going to work out, right? So I'm trying to push myself as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
You know?
Nah, it's so true. Like, well, I can't think of an example, which is probably a good sign. Like, I can't think of an example of a kind of person who you would hate, but like you love their music. Oh, well, I mean, I guess some people could argue for Ye, but
I was about to say, yeah. I was about to say,
but they used to love him, though. They used to love him.
They used to love him.
Yeah,
as a character.
True.
So, and that's like it probably gives credence to that. Like, if you know, like if you're not likable as a person, like people aren't gonna really want to fuck with your music either, which is bad. Like, you want to be able to get your art out there, and like it speaks more to the quality of the music as well. If you can't even demonstrate that you're capable as a person, then like no one's gonna watch your music or listen to your music. And if you can't promote yourself, then like you're already that much further behind. Like, I also heard about like even like sometimes people even choose, like in Berkeley, for example, this is just like going off from what Dushan says, like a lot of the influencers and the musicians are like picked off by agencies just by how they look, because of how much of marketing they want to, or how much marketable they want it to be. Which is obviously not the case to be successful, of course, but it's just like, it's crazy how much people don't put a lot of light onto how marketable you have to be, or rather how much pressure they put on people for that.
How much do you pay attention to that? Like,
super. I pay attention to everything.
Like, what's the split? You know, being yourself versus being marketable. Is it all the same thing?
I'm a student of the game. You know, I have to study other people. I have to study what they're doing, especially in artists. How are they promoting themselves? Who is creating their videos? Who's doing their marketing? I have to pay attention to that stuff. I have to be outside. I have to be on these platforms. So I always think about how can I market myself, and I've been like carefully building an image and trying to.
I've seen you on the the government-owned media, the regular channels.
Yeah, CTV News.
Yeah.
I was blessed to be able to
Yeah.
go do an interview with CTV News.
Yeah.
That's sick that you saw
That was legit.
What? No way.
I remember seeing that.
I didn't hear about that. That's
I also
insane,
did
bro.
a interview with Rogers TV. Those were both really cool. Marketing the release of my single "Keeping Score."
Yo, if you haven't been on Rogers TV and you like made it out of Ottawa, you didn't do it right. Like everybody's gotta start on Rogers TV.
Nah, it was a great opportunity. I did it in my living room. It was great. Like I was super nervous, but yeah,
No,
took a
that's
shot,
fire,
did
bro.
it. I was like, woo.
What? They came to your house?
No. I set on my laptop.
Oh yeah. That's
Next
sick.
year they'll come to your house.
How'd they
Yeah.
reach out to you?
So I was doing my press campaign. I wrote up bios. I did press releases. Came up with a story. I sent it out to a publisher. Publisher picked it up. He sent it out to radio stations. It got spun on Hot 89.9 for about 2 weeks. I was getting press articles written, and they picked it up, and they sent me a DM. No, they emailed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Professional equivalent. It's like
They slid in my DMs essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. That's fucking hype, man. That's so hype.
It was sick. It was great. Like what you were saying, like it has to be marketable, right? Or else they wouldn't get me on the news.
Yeah.
So I tried to create a story that resonated with people and a video that was easy to watch but also intrigued people.
Right.
And there was a lot of story to go with the video plus the song. So there's lots to talk about.
Yeah, so you're basically taking care of like the facets on like all ends to make sure that you're positioned well.
Exactly.
Yo, who was planting these seeds originally in your head to the point where now it feels like when you talk about it, it's almost like intuitive. It's almost like you seem like you know what you're doing, you know how to do the right things. Not that it's like right there, but like you're not being naive about it.
I appreciate you saying that. I feel like I've been at it for 3 years now, and I have a pretty good idea of like what to do when it comes to releasing. But at the same time, like I'm still trying to figure it out. Right, I learn on the go. But I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in my art, so that's what I try to portray. But who planted the seed? Man, I would say AL and Two Time. They planted the seed because Two Time was marketing himself well. I was like, okay, I'm gonna study this. How does he portray himself online? How does he do his interviews? Who's around him? Who's supporting him? How does he connect with his people? How does he garner respect? How does he garner support? That's kind of, as I said, I'm a student. I gotta learn.
And what about like the general will to be creative and the general love of the art? Like there's a love of the game, but there's also just the love of like at the end of the day when you see the front and you go to a concert and that's just that energy. And like anybody can feel the energy and be invigorated by it, but I know like there's some like people who are into art, into creativity, like they really fuck with it, they really respect it. Like there's a scene in the Elvis movie where he goes to this black church because he was like the only white kid in the segregated community, and he goes to this black church and they're just like singing these essentially like what would become eventually like his style of music.
Okay.
And like he's like almost like that's what really like gets him to just like I don't know, like feel out that like this whole creativity thing, like this whole art thing, like that's for him. And I've seen that for myself. Like I grew up breakdancing. I was a breaker.
Nice.
And like
so
that whole scene picked me up. Oh, for real?
Yeah. I did breakdancing for 3 years with Flavor Factory.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, they're sick.
Yeah. So like for me, that was the thing that really like kind of took my mind and made me like understand the importance of music as like almost like a way of life.
No, I get that. I've always done something creative. I had so much energy when I was a kid, man. I was always getting in trouble in school. I was tapping my feet. I was coming into class singing, like. So I always had to put my energy into something. If it was break dance, if I used to play the drums, I used to play the guitar, I used to paint. But none of them stuck, But I was always involved with these creative outlets. And then when I finally found music, it was just like, okay, this is exactly what I need to be doing,
And as you're going through high school, like how's this playing out? Because like people are listening to your record in school, but being the culture of high school, like obviously it affects a lot of your incentives. So
It
how do you think
helped.
it played out there?
It helped a lot. Being in high school when I started, it helped a lot. I felt like I had a sound that appealed to that demographic. And I was lucky. I had many friends who generally loved me, and I loved them, and they were happy to see me win. And people liked my music. You know, if they didn't like it, then they wouldn't support. So I was lucky to have just that base already to put out my music and people would listen, you know? Because some people, like, they start from, like, literally no listeners. My first song, like, within a couple months, it, like, hit 8,000. And that was just off the strength alone, like, in high school.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. It was a sick song. Like,
Legit.
and I keep that up, like, just to show how far I come, you know?
Yeah, that's so real, bro.
That's
I love
real,
that
yeah.
shit. That's why we like doing this, man. We always look back at like conversations we had before and just remember like how we used to think and how much you can change in a short amount of time. But I want to know, like, when it comes to being decisive, when it comes to really committing, has there ever been a point in your life where you were close to quitting, or any lowest point, and what really convinced you to get out of that?
I feel like we all go through ruts.
Yeah.
You know, there's never been a point where I'm like, I'm done. Because it's just like, if it's hard, you don't have to try hard to show up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So real, bro.
But there's always been points, like, I've been at this for 3 years now, and there's times where I, like, I don't want to write. I'm not finding anything good. What I'm putting out, like, is not great. But I understand that, as you referred to, like, how can I be stressing when I know this is just the start? You know? And
As you said originally.
Yeah, as I said in the song.
Yeah.
He was
You're like,
referencing
yo,
Hey, bars,
this
bro.
sucks. Like, I'm down bad. But remember what I said.
No, but I understand that, like, in my journey, this is really just a start.
Yeah.
So I can't be too hard on myself, because
Yeah.
there's so much more I still got to do. So much more I got to experience to, like, truly be able to give my all, you know?
Yeah.
But people have bad days, bad weeks. Affects the mindset. But when I get back in the studio and I know I got something hard, and I lay it down and the mix comes out, I'm like, this is what I'm meant to be doing. Like, this shit is hard. Like,
Yeah.
I need to continue.
It's a marathon, and you got that endurance, man. Don't take the little L's to heart, bro.
Exactly.
That's real, man.
Like, you got to take things in stride, honestly. Take things with a pinch of salt or whatever this.
Yeah, grain of salt, yeah.
Yeah, a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep moving, honestly, and understand that, you know, life's full of up and downs. You're going to have downs, but the ups are going to come still.
How do you think about, like, quality over quantity of the songs you produce? Do you want to iterate more, or do you want to perfect your art?
Man, my problem in the past was I put way too much effort on perfecting a release, and then I wouldn't release for months.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to stray away from that. I think it's just knowing how to make your creative process a little bit more intuitive, almost. Like, how can I retain the quality but also speed it up, type shit. So yeah, I wanna be more consistent going forward and still, like, give each release its all. You know, I think that's because you have to be consistent, or else you're gonna get left in the wind.
Yeah, like, ideally, you know, you want to make a perfect song in like a week, you know. But that's the game. That's why you got to learn. Like you said, you're a student of the game, man. Learning how the market appreciates it. Do you often think about, like, what you're saying to the audience, or do you try to do it for yourself a lot? Like, how's your writing process look like?
My writing process is, like, I try to understand where I am at in life, what I've been going through, and, like, take certain tropes, certain themes, and try to expand on that in a way that can be interpreted different ways by many different people. But it's still, like, a simple storyline with many different meanings underneath. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I make something that's true to myself, but that can be applied to somebody else's life too.
Yeah. Like, it's consumable, and then when they look a little deeper, it hits hard.
Exactly.
Something
When people start to really think about the lyrics, for me, music, I would always think about, like, I would hear something, I'm like, oh, that makes me think of this girl, that makes me think of this time. I'm like, and I realized that's super powerful.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just kind of what I want to put into my music.
So real, man. So real. Like artists that that come to mind are like J. Cole and Kendrick, who really, and sometimes Kanye, of course, like have some really hard hitting lines. Oh, Drake especially, man. Is there anyone in mind, like a big artist right now, that you think you really take a lot of inspiration from?
There's a few artists. I've been listening to a lot of Chase Atlantic. I don't know if you guys know them, but there are certain like aspects of their music that I really like. Obviously, you've mentioned it, Drake. Like he's just had such a great catalog. There's so many things that he's done so well that I pick up on.
Favorite Drake album?
Certified Boy Lover.
That's a hard one.
That's tough.
Nah, I honestly vibed with Certified Lover Boy. I liked it. I liked the vibe. I liked how he released it. Like I don't know.
How did he release it? Refresh our memory.
He had the 40 Wives.
Yeah.
Oh.
Seeing that, I was like, that's some player shit.
That's
like,
real,
and I think that's when he got the heart. On
Oh,
his
I
head
remember
too.
that.
I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, this
yeah,
guy's
yeah.
taking his shit seriously. But
That was awesome.
at the same time, it's like an easygoing album, and I like that. I like that type of feeling.
Yeah.
That's why, we always love Drake because he's just like doing
He's
like
that guy,
funny
bro. Yeah.
lore shit, and we're just so like
But he plays into it so hard.
And people
Like,
like
he
make
knows
fun
it.
of him,
Yeah.
bro. They say like, oh, you're like fruity, bro.
Yeah,
Like you're
yeah,
doing
yeah.
too much. He's like the kind of guy to say
zesty.
like, exactly. They're like, you're the kind of guy that says like, oh, shucksy doodles.
Yeah,
bro.
like, Jesus.
But I love that.
Holy moly!
Exactly. But that's good, bro, because he's like really playing into that character. Like he's a.
How you gonna be like at that level and you're just like, yeah, guys, like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like no matter what I do, it'll be all right.
Yeah,
But, like,
people are gonna eat it up regardless.
Exactly. But when you're in that position, bro, you gotta do it, man, because like it
That's
just makes it
crazy.
all the more like, because like we know it's the game, but it's so real.
Yo, John and I were chatting and we're like, I don't know if any guy in existence ever, maybe not ever, but in existence, has ever like done it better, like as a guy than Drake.
Nah.
Like I'm like, could you get a better compliment
Yeah.
than
Could
like
you better-
like if somebody tells you like, yo, you remind me of Drake.
Oh
Like
my.
could there ever be a better compliment?
I wouldn't know how to take that. People say I remind them of Jack Harlow, but it's like
Oh.
I'm like, is
Uh,
it just the
okay,
hair?
okay.
Yeah, just the white boy flair. Nah.
Yo,
I
I
don't know,
think
feel
that's-
like he's
I think
also
that's-
one of those characters too that he
Yeah,
like
he is.
plays into it.
Yo, but is that because I was gonna say that's just I don't know you that well, so I was gonna say like
Maybe it's the
just
Riz.
It's just another popping artist, right? Right. It's just
It's
another
a-
popping artist
that's
who looks
the
like
fact that
you.
I'm like so
But is it that?
calm, cool, and collected.
okay,
and,
okay.
like, I
So
talk
the
my
Riz, the
shit,
Riz.
you know.
Okay, okay.
But-
No, that's true.
Okay, okay.
Like I remember like I saw him at like all the red carpets, bro, and like he
Yeah.
was saying some shit so straight face. I'm like, bro.
I'm not shaking.
Taking note. Yeah, I'm not shaking.
Who's
I'm not
shaking?
Did you guys see the one with the Emma Chamberlain?
Oh yeah.
Love ya.
I love you, bro.
Yeah.
You could tell, bro. She's going crazy.
Yo, no. Okay,
No,
now
that
that I'm
shit's
thinking
still
back,
getting
he's
memed. That was
smooth.
like from a
Yeah.
year and a half ago. It's still
She
getting
probably
memed.
still thinks about that.
Yeah,
Imagine-
they did a reunion on the red carpet just
Yeah,
now.
Oh,
I
yeah?
saw that.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, okay, cool, 360 moment.
Yeah, 360 moment. Yeah.
Yo, that guy actually is calm and collected, like nobody else.
Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
fuck with him. He's
I
cool.
I saw like a podcast with him once, like talking about like those kind of moments, and like he basically just said it's like bro, of course I'm gonna be calm, bro, because like how else are you gonna react? Like I'm that guy. I was just like, damn, like that's so real, man. Like I just wonder like how they even get to that point, man. Like was it like that before from the get go, or were like at some point they just thought like nah, like I'm him, man.
I feel like people come across that type of moment differently in their lives. You know, for me, as I said, like if it's hard, you don't have to try hard. You know, because it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And I've been lucky to have like people who gas me. You know,
Yeah. It's just sick,
so
bro.
I just talk my shit, and then people like it.
Yeah. That's facts, bro.
You know?
Yo, real. If it's hard, you don't gotta try hard.
Exactly.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, but talk to me more about Chase, because I'm really curious about this. And yo, if I try to loop you into this is one of those bands like Mena obsesses over. That's probably the best. Like Mena's just one of our friends. But that's probably the best like description I can give you.
Like he's
I'm-
not pop at all.
I've been like curious about this. What are your thoughts? Because I'm curious about Chase as well. That
Are you familiar with them?
Yeah. I listen to Chase Atlantic like quite a bit. I like the vibes. I'm like, yeah, like.
Yo, like describe it. I've never heard of it.
Yo, bro, it's like you wouldn't have sex to it, but like you would want your sex life to look like it sounds. Okay. Yo, if you were Victa, bro. Yo, this is how Victa has sex. My fault, sorry, bro.
Put it on.
But yeah, I guess we'll play it to Lube Johnny just so he understands exactly.
I feel like it's kind of like dark emotional pop.
Yeah.
That touches on like themes of heartbreak, drugs, loss, but also gaining that love back. And it's kind of like when I listen to them, they're talking about sad shit, but their beats are super euphoric. So it's kind of like I want to be happy listening to it, but at the same time, like I'm conflicted. Like that's kind of why I want to like make music like that.
And this is what was so interesting to me when you pointed out that euphoria can be, if you try to replicate it, then a way to approach it is to basically conflict what should be sad with happiness. That was interesting to me because I think like a lot of people from our cohort, like our years, yo, they love that shit because it's like, you know, how great is it to be sad in the sense of like, you know, you don't have to do anything. You can kind of just like indulge in your own emotions. So it's like of course we all watched Euphoria, and it kind of gives you that, like, part of that vibe in that movie too is like, yo, our lives suck, but like we're just like living.
There's like beauty in it.
We're like living in this beauty of it, and even like obviously Lord's album from 2015 was like a classic in like, you know, the rise, like the evolution of pop through the past 10 years, and like her thing was all about something a little bit different, but part of it is like, yo, like our, like as kids, as like preteens, teens, we just lived in our little city, and like from the outside, like there's not really much good going on here, but like we just took such, like in retrospect, there's like such a potent like such potency to like the emotions we went through as just like regular middle class kids. And this is something that like I think about like my high school experience, really like growing up in the sense of like those last years, like it's all so beautiful, and like it's really easy to just like lay back and be like upset, but like just like completely like indulged in something that's like seemingly sad.
It's like it's the parallels. Like you gotta have, like it's such a corny thing to say, but like you can't have the highs without the lows. But it's also something. It's also true, or not true, but it's colloquial when they say the lows exacerbate the highs in terms of comparison. When you have a terrible falling out in a breakup, you get reminded more on the happier times as well. You highlight all the great times that could have happened, and it's on a similar note. All the lows in life, and I think that's why people relate to it so much, because if you're all jolly all the time, it's kind of like unrealistic. And of course, you know, you like that feeling, but it's unrealistic. But having that parallel where you're bringing them down, it's like looking up when you're in a well. You know, like you see the light, and the sky's gonna look a lot more beautiful when you climb out of that hole than when you're already surrounded by it all the time.
Nah, for sure. And that even goes for like my music too. I love making dance songs, but also love making sad songs.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like I made this crazy house track just before I went to Brazil. But I decided to drop Cannot Lie, my latest single. It's kind of more on like a sadder note. It's more like chill R&B, touching more about like sadder subjects. I was like, I don't think I'm ready to drop this house song because this is how I'm feeling right now. And as you said, I see the light in that tunnel. I'm like, okay, by then I'll be ready to drop that song because that's really how I'm feeling.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to also look at your process. Like,
that's really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Never thought about that way. What now I'm curious, like, when you consume other types of music, like, how has it been different for you as an artist yourself?
Man, back in 2017 to 2019, I was consuming a lot of sad music. A lot of like XXXTentacion, a lot of Lil Peep. Like, bro, that was on repeat every single day, like for days on end. And I'm a very sensitive person, so it affected me heavily. You know, so it changed the way I thought, you know, because I was constantly getting
for the better or the worse?
For the worse.
Oh.
And I was like constantly getting these sad messages, so it would make me feel that way. And that's why I realized the power of music. I'm like, holy shit, there's nothing wrong with my life, but I'm like super sad. It's because I'm listening to this sad music. I'm like, okay, how can I do this in my own way, you know?
That's fire.
But I try to have a good mix of both, honestly. I don't really like too much sad music because I like to keep my vibe high.
Yeah.
But there's beauty in it too.
Of course. And it's like I mean, look at The Weeknd, man. Like, people love like tragic stories being told through their music. But like that like relating to someone on a much more deeper level, creating that connection with your audience is so much more attainable when you do it through a relatable fashion. And like, what kind of person would you say you're trying to relate to? Like, if you could describe exactly what they're going through. Maybe right now, of course, it's subject to change.
Honestly, I think my music, I think my main demographic is kids our age, like 13 to 27 generally is where I want my music to be heard. But there's aspects of my music that can be appreciated, like even my dad's friends and my mom's friends, they love it too. You know, because it's not
That's
just
legit.
like super hard rap, like there's melodies.
Right.
Exactly right. But I don't know, kids who have gone through similar things as me, really.
Yeah. People trying to come out of the trenches.
People trying to make it off the block.
Make it out the hood.
Yes. Yo, this reminds me.
You go to Britannia with this.
You ever seen like that meme with the female rapper where she's on Genius like, yeah, I want my music to inspire young women.
Bitch, I'm a cow. Yeah.
Oh my god. What do you see as? Can you tell me a little bit about the difference between The Weeknd and Chase? Because like I don't really know much, but I was just always curious about why The Weeknd is so much better than them, and I want to talk more about this genre because for me, like, I mean, I'm more of a like I've always been fascinated by like attention and attention holding, and when you talk about the confliction in a song, like what you're trying to approach and what you've seen in Chase, to me that's interesting because if a person spends more and more time debating something, they never take action, which means they stay they stay wherever they are, which means they essentially listen to the song forever because they can't decide, and that's a great place to be in. So like that's like you point out to me like probably what I love about that music is like you just don't know and you're just like fuck like what's going on right now, and you can have the best of both worlds.
I think the main, like, drawing it back to what we were saying, like pride and where you're from, I think one of the main differences I've observed between Chase Atlantic and The Weeknd is Toronto loves The Weeknd. He's an idol in Toronto.
Wow. I was not expecting you would say that, but that's actually crazy.
I don't know where Chase Atlantic originated from. This guy sells out stadiums days in a row, like 60 to 80,000 people stadiums. And it's because the people of his city love him. And he has a story that could be related to from people in the city. He came up from literally sleeping on the streets in Toronto. You know, he's got a story that people can feel for. And I think musically there's a lot of similarities, but I think it's like story-wise and how he marketed himself as like Toronto's, you know.
Yo, that's actually a bombshell on me. Because yeah, I mean, I was asking for the difference. I said they're musically similar. But, I mean, we like to, I guess, ask ourselves about the power of, you know, having that connection early on and, you know, representing your town. But, you know, just being, like, true to yourself. And, yeah, you're right. I don't really know where Chase is from. And their music seems a little bit more, meaningless. Like The Weeknd's music seems a little bit more meaningful. I can never put my finger on why. But, yeah.
That's an interesting point. I think.
Would you say that's true? Do you find that Chase has less meaning when you listen to it?
I think I understand meaning differently in different time spaces and in different mindsets. Like, I'll listen to a song 100 times, and then that one time, I'm in a different mood. I'm like, oh, shit, that bar hit differently. That's what they were talking about. Because I had to, like, experience something similar to truly understand what they were saying, you know?
Okay. No, I actually see what you're saying with Chase. Yeah, because, like, because you were describing it as drug-infused, and I've never been in, like, any dichotomy like that where it's, like, you're actually, like, addiction. Like, anything like that, like, it's not relatable to me, so.
I guess it's just different stories.
Fair enough.
Like, maybe, like, of course, you know, I mean, look at Toronto and, like, the living crisis. You know what I mean? Like, shit, like, if struggling is, like, a common thing economically for a lot of people.
Yeah. I guess the story of the city is powerful, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think The Weeknd also touches on drugs in his music a lot, too. But I think it's more subliminal.
Yeah.
Like, but in certain cases, like, he's got a song, I Can't Feel My Face. That's all about doing coke.
Yeah.
And not, like, being so high he can't feel his face. But I think just Chase Atlantic just approaches it in a different light, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a certain vibe to it, almost like hopelessness, you know? Kind of mixed with sadness. Yeah. And it's like, it's euphoric, as you said. Like, like there's beauty in it, too.
Yeah, I listen. I'm like, yo, more people need to hear this. Like, more people need to listen to this because, like, I mean, this is some shit where, like, I don't know, like, if you want to, like, I don't know, like, pop a drug and, like, really, like, have, like, a crazy-ass time where you just, like, are, like, in complete awe, like, this could be that, where...
Even A$AP Rocky.
Yeah.
He talks a lot about his drug use in his music and how it's inspired him.
I love A$AP, man.
Yeah, he's super sick, and I love his visuals, like...
Yeah.
It's insane. He's also been a big inspiration. When I create my visuals, I'm like, I want them to be on this level. Especially when I first started, because I was a white kid in grade 10. I'm like, okay, because the hip hop scene is mostly like black people here in Ottawa, right? Yeah. It's like, okay, how can I garner their respect? How can I show them, like, I'm not just some squeaker in high school? Yeah. And it's like for me, I thought I would approach it through the visuals, right? People see your music video, and they're like, okay, this is mediocre, okay. Oh, this is super professional. Okay, like, he actually cares. He's taking this shit seriously. This is a cool video. And I always love that about A$AP Rocky. I'm like, I told my videographer, I'm like, I want to be on this level. That's kind of really what I wanted to do.
How do you feel? Interesting that you talk about, like, being the squeaker from high school. We see a lot of content lately about Lil Mabu. I think his approach is really interesting because he's been, like, he really plays into, like, being a personality on a really high level.
Yeah. He's basically an influencer.
Yeah.
He plays a character, he plays it well, and he markets it well.
Yeah, and, like, he makes pretty good music on top of that. Like, well, like, I don't like listen to it all the time, but, like, regardless, like, he takes his stuff seriously and he's doing it in a really unique way. Like, how do you feel about his approach and how he's going about it?
He's controversial, right? He's like this white kid from the suburbs who's making drill music. Yeah. That's in itself is controversial. He has a song called Trip to the Hood where he steps out his front door and suddenly he's in the Bronx with a bunch of gang members and they're holding him up. He's got cash. That's controversial as fuck, you know? And so he's using that.
He's playing that trope.
He's playing that.
You hear that where people are like, yo, try to make out of Bar Haven, man. Try to be fire. But instead he's actually being like, no, like, I'm still one of you guys. I'm still an artist. Which is really interesting. Do you think, like...
I feel like it's just how about you leverage the eyes that are on you.
Yeah.
You know? Because he's getting on all this publicity. But then he's following it up with things that people can eat. People can bite on, you know? Get them invested into a story. Yeah. Kind of like outraged at first. I'm like... who the fuck is this kid? But then you realize, like, okay, he's sick music. He's got like 5, 6, 7 songs that are quality. Like, okay, I'm just gonna start listening to him.
Yeah.
Do you think that using controversy is something that's good? Like, do you think that it's a good risk to take?
Depends. It really depends.
Would you do stuff like that?
I feel like I want my growth to come from, like, people appreciating the music itself. Like, I don't want, like, all this eyes on me because I did something stupid and then, like, find out I do music. I want people to get all their eyes on it because of the music. But at the same time, like if I find myself in controversy and I get a lot of people watching me, then I'm gonna try to leverage it the best I can.
Student of the game.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'm
John and
not-
I were literally about to ask like the exact same question. I was gonna ask you how does your approach differ from his, from a standpoint of self-awareness and awareness of what your end goal is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
build something sustainable.
yeah,
You know.
right. And but the reason I actually want to ask that is because I was interested that on the other side, like that we hear a lot, obviously. But what I was interested is that you actually like you're not even disrespecting him. But what you did do was like assess what he's doing in a like a much more, I don't know, like detailed fashion than I could have. Like, yeah, anybody can say like, oh yeah, I mean, you know, he's playing hype, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like you did in a very calm fashion. And in this podcast, we're doing it because we're trying to learn what we're trying to do. So I'm gonna just look at you, John, real quick, and say, it's interesting because like it seems that the reality is that everybody in your industry is not laughing about you.
Yeah,
They're well,
It's
but
Sun Tzu, bro.
but
The
they're
art of
also
war,
not
man.
like, oh, I respect that guy.
Yeah.
They're just they have a very calm and impartial understanding of what you're doing because they're in your industry, so they understand what you're doing more so than just like, oh yeah, like I get it.
No. They want to know the strategy, man. Like they see the games played. Like for Sam Altman, Elon, they have a completely different approaches. Like you know, in terms of the tech space, like Sam Altman, he's the CEO of OpenAI, like ChatGPT. He's the CEO of that company. And the more like the way we characterize him, the way I do, is that he's incredibly calculated, and he is more on the side of like you know. Like of course, you know, he iterates really fast, but in respect to, he's more like a perfectionist as how I envision him. He's more like long-term strategy rather than just go about it willy-nilly, where I'd say like Elon Musk just follows what's passionate to him to make that sort of that differentiation. And similarly through art, like you see different strategies as well, and it's always so interesting to think about that. And it's actually really good that you bring it up, that people in your industry, like they're not laughing at you because they're like, oh, I get it. Like they actually just wanna, they see the game and they want to see if they could learn something from you as well, which is so powerful. Yeah. Because if you remove yourself from that judgment, I feel like a lot of people get that analysis paralysis, and it's because like they're so scared of judgment, especially from their peers. But your peers like equally want to learn from you as well, which is not something I think about often enough. So I'm actually really glad you.
Yeah, and there's no need for FOMO as well.
Yeah, because like if your thing works, maybe they're gonna adopt it as well.
And as long as it works for you.
That's true. I was at a house party in the summer, and I knew these guys. Like, they went to a different high school, but I knew of them, and I started doing my music thing. I reached out to them, but they never hit me back. But I saw them at the house party. And, you know, they were drunk outside on the steps. So was I. And they were like, yo, I can't lie. I used to hate on your shit. I used to hate on you so hard. I used to tell my friends, like, fuck this guy. Like, for no reason, just because I thought what you were doing was weak. But now I see you're making moves. You're true to yourself. You're putting in work. You're making good shit. Like, you talk your shit. I respect it. Keep going. Wow. I actually like your music. If you keep going, like, you're going to make it. And that was like low-key a little turning moment. I was like, okay, I'm doing something right. Yeah. Because like he fully admitted to hating on me, but then brought it back to like show me love.
It makes it like sounds so much more genuine. Because like they're like, yeah, like I thought you just sucked, but then either they were wrong about you or you convinced them they were wrong. Maybe they were right at some point, and that just shows that you were on the right path.
Exactly.
So
plus they were drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
So it's what they're saying is real.
Drunk sayings are sober thoughts, bro.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, I trust this guy. He's drunk as shit.
Shit, man. How long ago was that? Like this summer? Like
yeah, it was this summer. It was in August.
Damn, bro. You've talked to him recently?
Yeah, he reposts my shit. I dropped my music video. He sent me. He was like, "Yo, congrats, broski. This is hard. I'm gonna repost it." I was like, okay, good shit.
Wow, that's.
But it took that face-to-face interaction to like, you know, to show him I was serious. To show him like, listen, I don't like hold a grudge on you. I appreciate you like showing me love. Like it means a lot. Still, you know, I'm gonna keep going. Just keep watch. You know.
Yeah. And now you could tell that he'd be honest with you. Like, let's say you went down a bad path. Maybe you could reach out to him and be like, bro, like, maybe you could be learning. And there's always so many learning opportunities, man. Like, like I just love being in a community, bro. Cause like, whenever there's something that like, I don't know, bro. There's always something that's relating to you together at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And when you can vibe on that, man, you like sure you're gonna have enemies, but at the end of the day, you're all trying to win the same battle.
It's
right?
tough to find it, but it's true. And like when you do find it, that's hype. So thinking of ways like vessels that lets people connect with you more. Like that's why I love doing this podcast. Like I'm just trying to put out more of me. Like the way this started, side note, was I was just like, damn, like I don't feel like I really when people ask me like, who are you? I can't really tell them who I am. Like I don't know how to say that. So I just want to show them the URL and be like, go watch like these like 20 hours of content and you'll understand who I am. You'll learn about me.
Big understanding.
You'll understand. Yeah. Yo, same thing for you. Like anybody's like, who are you? Like, bro, check the Spotify.
Exactly. Like people like who don't know me, they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm an artist. Here's my shit. Check it out. Like I promise you'll be impressed. But at the same time, as an artist, like I have to have a good elevator pitch. Yeah. Like I have to be able to introduce myself well, because it's always that first impression that really counts. Like, okay, this guy, he's well spoken, he's confident. I'm gonna go check it out. Maybe it actually is good.
Yeah.
And I actually used to practice on Omegle back in grade 10.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to go there and do.
Bro,
my
you apply that
pitch.
strategy, man.
Fuck, bro. That's a creative solution, bro.
Bro, because I had anxiety. I had mad anxiety, like telling people I made music, and I didn't know how to approach it. So I went on Omegle where people didn't know me.
Mm-hmm.
I had no consequences. I could mess up, and nothing. Like I wouldn't have that real life like feeling. And I actually got bare support from people on Omegle.
Yeah, wow.
And it just gave me more confidence.
No, that's a really creative solution.
Yeah, it's creative, and you actually identified how to solve your problem.
Yeah, hella innovative, bro.
In like a fair way. Yeah. I mean, I was saying this, like I was telling our boy, like, oh, you need to go and do a guitar, like serenades, whatever,
like
at
playing
like
in the streets?
at like little
Flash mobs?
No. You need to do it as a birthday party service for preteen and child girls' birthday parties. And I'm like, I know you're not gonna do this, and this is probably a whack idea, but like, look, you want to be Justin Bieber. I mean, go talk to your market. Like, have them make some fucking TikToks with you.
13-year-olds.
Like, look, I know you think it's weird to go and fucking sing to 13-year-old girls, but who the fuck do you want your audience to be? Like, so.
Real.
I'm like, look,
go sing to him.
Yeah. Like, look, you can make. Bro. I was like, you can make some money, like on the side, whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I wouldn't let my daughter listen to that. Though.
What's up?
I would. Can I play for your 13-year-old daughter? Please?
No. Parents want. I'm gonna keep selling it. Parents finna want their children to have a good birthday party, right?
True.
And like, I don't know, if they ask for it, they ask for it. Yeah. It is what it is. What are you gonna do?
That's it, man. Like, I love seeing shit like that. Like, I love seeing ingenuity through. Like, those are characteristics that, like, even when you try to get to the top, that you just can't make. Like, it's a lot harder. Like, that's real IQ right there.
I even be in like TikTok live streams, Instagram live streams, and I'm like, go stream my music. Like, like go check this video out. Like, you actually will be impressed. And then they go to check it out, and they're like, oh shit, like what the fuck, who is this?
Right.
And then people in the comments are like, oh, he hard.
Okay.
He lit, yeah.
And he's like, oh, let me follow. So like, even just like getting blind reactions like off live streams, like it's like low key, like you just have to be out there. You have to like put yourself out there in positions where people are gonna see you, and that might be DMing people, might be on live streams telling people to listen to your music, might be on fucking Omegle.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah.
And that's a completely different part of iterating. Like, most of the time when we think about iterating, we talk about like our product development, but selling, of course, is equally important. And being able to do stuff like that, like, it's not even something that I think about. Like, sometimes I think I'm way too product oriented, but like that's so true. Like, you get instant feedback right away, which is what you need. Like, you want to have feedback from your audience. And being bold like that is so powerful, man. Like, even having the balls to do shit like that.
Yeah.
Because, like, most people, including myself, like, you get so much anxiety trying to put yourself out there. You're like, fuck it, is it even worth it? Which usually you think it comes from a pragmatic level, but when you dig deep down, like, you're just, like...
You're just being a pussy.
Exactly. You're just being a bitch.
Victor, you've built up that confidence through just, like, applying it through experience, right? Okay.
Yeah, and I love the music I make. Honestly, like... I don't want to seem shallow, but I actually make my favorite songs. Like, I'll just sit there listen to my own music because I love it that much.
That's
like,
ideal.
It's
like it might seem shallow, but like it's the truth. Like,
nah, but it's
I actually
real,
love
bro.
the music I
Mhm.
make, and and
Yeah.
that's why I'm confident, because
Yeah.
at first it starts with me. As if you're an artist, you win the moment you create something you like,
Yeah.
So
you
true.
know, and if you like it, other people will like it too.
Yeah.
It's
you
like
know?
Lil Wayne, bro. You just listen to shit like, oh shit, I said that. Oh shit.
I've been told this before by like an entrepreneur in Ottawa who's been doing it for like 15 years, same business. And I have huge respect for them. And I was telling them about like my attempt at entrepreneurship. And they're like, yo, like when I'm selling my business, like insert what it actually is. Like I'm like, this is like the best. Like this is like they're saying everything, but it's not fake. Like they truly believe it. They love what they've built up so much. And just the same way that you're speaking about your music, you're like, yo, check this out. Like this is actually like gonna blow your mind. And it blows your own mind, just like, you know, blew Lil Wayne's mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's, you know, sales gets way easier when you're actually building something that you fuck with heavy.
That's such a good perspective. That's not something
True.
I really think about it. Like
You don't have to be shallow anymore.
yeah, like why would
You're
you
like,
be
yo, I
shallow?
feel like I'm a fan.
But it's not. It's also not even like you know. I get so concerned by being humble. Like I don't want to come across as like arrogant or douchey in any way. But like if you really love it, like it's not douchey. You just have a genuine.
That's right. That's not
care for it.
cockiness. That's
Yeah.
not cockiness. That's like, no. Because like you wouldn't be arrogant if you know, they talk about like person to person, like mouth to mouth marketing in business. Obviously, like music, that's way makes way more sense. In business, there's like in like a typical product, there's like different ways to market it, that you would think of first.
Mhm.
And right, but you want like product fans, right?
Mhm.
Like, yo, if you fucking really love this vacuum cleaner, bro, and you were telling me about it 24/7,
Yeah.
like I want to be like, bro, like stop being a douchebag about your vacuum cleaner. Like, okay, like you love the vacuum cleaner, right?
Yeah.
So with any product you make, if you actually love it, I mean, you could just, what if you just bought it and you're a fan of it? Then you're not necessarily being cocky, right?
Yeah.
I think you just gotta say shit with your chest.
Yeah.
You know, if you know you love it,
Mm-hmm.
you just gotta say it how it is,
Yeah.
and that's what I had to do. Honestly, it's just. But I understand what you're saying. Like you don't want to come off as cocky.
Yeah.
You don't want to
Mm.
like you want to remain humble, but it's a fine line,
Yeah.
but one that you gotta stride. You know.
Real, bro. So
Yeah,
real,
that's
man.
really making me think.
But it's like, nah, it's so true though. And
Yeah.
if you have a lot of problems with it and you know you're logical, then it's really a question of, do you actually love it? Do you actually love what you're doing?
Are you making something good?
Yeah, that
But-
too.
But yeah, I fuck with what you're saying, because you're like, yo, my music is fucking good.
Yeah.
So why would I lie to you and be humble?
Exactly. Why would I lie?
But then when I first found out about you, it's like, you know, the same reaction that you would want. I'm like, oh, like who's Victa?
Mm-hmm.
Like Victa's legit. Ottawa loves Victa. Victa loves Victa.
Mm-hmm.
Victa loves Victa.
Maybe I love Victa too. Yo, next thing you know, I'm bopping on SoundCloud. Like, what's good?
Nah, for real. What was I gonna say? Yeah, you just, the way I go about it is like I try to describe a little bit of it. I'm like, oh, I'm pop mixed with a little bit R&B mixed with a little bit EDM. Take inspiration from like A$AP Rocky, Jack Harlow, Drake. You like that type of shit? Okay, then you'll like this. Yes, I'm not gonna be here like I'm the best artist you're gonna hear all year. Like I'm the best artist in Ottawa. I'm the hottest. Like then that's like that's being cocky. That's kind of like
because you're
being
playing status
disingenuous.
games.
Exactly. Like I always try to feel out what the other people like, but I'm always gonna talk my shit.
Yeah, you're just saying like, yo, I love this, and maybe you like it too. It's not like, oh, I'm better than those people, and that's where it really is disingenuous. That's where it's not humble, because you're like, yeah, like I'm better than you. If you come across like that, of course, and if even if you're being genuine and they think of it that way, well, whatever, take that L, because like they just don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's so true, man. Like I don't know, man. Like I found myself like losing so much confidence because I would be so concerned about like, do I actually love these things? Am I actually building what I love? And what I realized so quickly was just that, like, for one, like I didn't have the time to actually devote myself to things that I really cared about, and two, like I would be so concerned about those status games that I'd never actually let myself be bold. But when it comes to like the podcast and when it comes to things I actually care about, like I rep it so hard because it's like, because of course you would, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not even something I thought about, but now that you bring it up, like it's so much more powerful, and that's where you can get a lot of a lot of more action out of it when you really love it, when you really are trying to make something out of it.
What was the saying that you say? If it's hard,
if it's hard, you don't have to try hard.
If it's hard, you don't have to try hard.
But at the same time, you kind of have to try hard.
Yeah,
a little bit. But like, I actually stole that off Jack Harlow.
Oh, really?
He's like, yeah, I show up to the award show in a sweatshirt and hoodie because the music speaks for itself. You know? And I'm like, okay, that's tough. I'm going to take a note. Yeah, I'm going to write that shit down. It's a bar.
Oh, my gosh.
Come on now.
Nah, but I feel like as an artist, and even just like anything, if you're devoting yourself to something, you have to be able to accept that you're going to fail. You gotta try your hardest, but fail. Then understand that, okay, I'll try better next time, or I'll do it better next time. And then you fall out of love. You get frustrated. But then you find your love again. You find your inspiration again. Then you go again. And it's like, okay, this is sick. I can do this again. Like, oh, fuck, it's not working. But let me try again. That's what it's about.
It's a real relationship.
Like, you got to take it one step at a time. Yeah. For real, like, can't get caught up too much in the moment.
Yeah, bro, it's like fire relationship advice, bro. Like, treat your wife how you treat your music. She'd be happy as hell, bro.
Yeah, real.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, you're confident as fuck, just like in the most like natural way.
No, but it's good, bro.
Is it?
It's like
no, because you guys are easy to talk to, fam.
Appreciate that, bro.
Come on. But is it just through experience, or have you like had to look inside? Because I mean, if you don't, you don't. But I'm just curious, because like I know a lot of people be like, yeah, like I had to, like, you know, like see if there's any demons, whatever. Like if not. But I'm just curious.
I feel like everyone goes through like imposter syndrome at some time. You know, there are parts where I wanted to be like solely a rapper. No, I'm like, I'll wake up bummy as fuck, like I'm down. I'm like, am I even a fucking rapper? I'm not up right now. Like, you know, like, I'm fucking bummy as hell on a Saturday. No hose at the crib. No fucking ice on my neck. I'm not a fucking rapper. But then the next week, I'm posted with my gang in the studio, and I'm like, okay, maybe I am. Maybe I am a rapper. So
you know what? I think maybe I am a rapper.
So I feel like everybody deals with some type of imposter syndrome at some point, you know.
Okay. But generally, yeah. So, yo, audience, it's always progressive. Don't be out here doing no crazy therapy sessions 10 hours a week in the therapist office, all right? Yo, it's progressive.
Just grind.
If you need more confidence, bro, if you want to become better at what you're trying to do, just do it, bro. Don't be out here thinking. Your brain doesn't know jack.
Want to be more confident? Just listen to Victa, and then you'll know what it's about.
Nah, if you want to be more confident, you got to fail enough times to know that you can still get up. Because it's really not about how you fail. It's about how you get up and keep pushing forward. I think that's how you build confidence.
Okay.
So true. Because, like, you know, it's all, honestly, fear and everything just comes out of uncertainty. When you don't know what's going to happen, of course you're going to be scared. Like, you don't know, man, like, fear is so crazy because it's all really about death. That's biological. But, like, when you really think about it, like, is this shit really going to kill you if you fail? If you look at this shit, like, is this really going to end your career? And most of the time, it's not. But you don't really find that out through just being logical. Once you actually do it, it becomes so much more easy to push through. And, like, that's what I realized, like, in my life. Like, I was too scared to iterate, too scared to actually do shit. And then I realized, like, things just fall into place a lot easier when you actually just do it. And even, like, man, even the pod, bro, like it's just the easiest comparison I could have. Like, sometimes, you know, we're just chilling and out of nowhere an opportunity comes and like, yo, I wanna talk to you, and we're like, shit, like, we have to do this. And then, like, people just refer us to new people, and then Tommy's like, dude, we need to have Victa on the pod. And I was like, damn, I never even thought about that. That would be an incredible
shout out Thomas,
bro.
real one.
Real shit.
Yeah, bro had some crazy stories, but
yo, yeah, love the bro.
Yo, this guy's a capper, though.
No way.
Wow.
Oh, you want to call him out, bro?
Nah.
It's fine. We already
capping too shit.
We already milked that podcast. We already milked that podcast for enough. We can release the truth. It was all fake. God, ain't nothing happened. Yo, it's crazy because, like, today's like personality, like the personality of the moment, it's like kind of easier to cap because, like, you don't even have to like act into what you're saying. You can just be like, yeah, like, that was crazy what happened, like, insert cap, like,
yeah,
that was wild. And everybody's just like automatically like about it just because you're
so, like, when you say that's why you gotta do the Jack Harlow riz, why you say it with like so much like smoothness. They don't even question. It's like, Yeah, so like when I was with your moms last night, you know, we had a great time. Like we just
Like it's easy to lie like that, right?
Yeah,
like
shit, I want to know more about
yeah,
what you did
like
with my mom.
I was climbing Mount Everest.
It's so smooth, you know.
That's
If
crazy.
Jack Harlow said that to me, I'd be like, tell me more.
Tell
bro."
me.
You piqued my interest.
Yeah, I want you to do that to me, Jack.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, Jesus.
No, when I used to go on vacation, I used to cap so hard to my friends when I got back. I'm like, yeah, bitches were on me, bro.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Mad bitches.
You wouldn't know her then.
Yeah, you don't know her.
Yo,
She's not Instagram or
I don't have
Snapchat.
any
Show-
photos. Just believe me, man.
Yeah.
Show us
Trust
image
me,
of
bro.
actual vacation.
Trust
Like
me,
you
bro.
at the pool,
Yeah.
bro. Like there's like a few like
Fly in, bro.
yeah. A few chicks, like a few 40-year-olds in the pool, like sitting around. You're just like right there, like, yo, what's up, yo?
Got gal all around me.
Yo, pour me a shot. Like you're underage.
You just walk up to me like, I think you're cute. Like, oh, you're cute. And then you tell your friends like, yo, I risked all of them, bagged all of them at the same
Bro,
time,
the difference between like where I actually get to with any woman and where I tell my friends I am is like always like a delay, bro. Like, yo, if it's just talking stage, like, yeah, bro, she's inviting me to her house, bro. Like, she's like showing a little bit of interest. I'm like, oh, like, yo, she's so into me, like, completely. Like, we went out on one date. I'm like, bro, that's my wife. Like,
Yeah,
trust me.
yo, that's me, bro.
Like,
You want me?
Like, yeah,
so true.
like, yo, I swear she was on me, bro. She looked at me once.
Yeah.
She said hi. She loved me.
Yo, that girl wants me so bad, bro. Like, I saw her at the coffee kiosk, so I had to go ask for her number, bro. Yo, this guy actually helped me out, bro. Like, I was so scared. Like, I was so nervous, bro. I didn't even, like, I was telling him, bro. I was like, dude, like, I've never done it before. I don't know how I could ask this girl for a number, bro. I was a big bitch. I was going, like, what should I do? This guy's like, just do it, bro. But you know, when I came to my friends, I'm like, yo, so I saw Shotty across the way. I was like, yo, how's that coffee tasting? You know what tastes better? Me.
Ooh. I want to hit, huh?
Hold on.
In reality,
That's
bro,
a crazy line.
In reality, bro, I read up to her. I'm like, I think you're kind of cute. You want- Can I have your number? And then I quickly ran back, bro. It was so quick that these guys went to go see if I risked, and I was back before they were, bro. They didn't even know where I was. But you know, you gotta have the lore, right? The real story.
That's crazy. That's actually wild.
Real.
Bro, just completely expose yourself.
Oh,
That's-
yeah. But you know, like, it's the first steps, you know?
Okay.
Soon
yeah.
enough, I'll be like
Yeah.
Jack, because this guy does it in person crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Like that,
What kind of cap will you be doing once you're like actually a billionaire and all this stuff,
You
bro?
can't even cap,
Like
bro.
you'll be.
Because
No, there's be.
you know, you have to dumb it
Nah,
down,
people
bro.
going fact check you.
That's true.
But no,
True.
once you get to that point, bro, like, even anything you say will be cap. You have to dumb it down so they believe you, bro.
What do you mean?
Like, imagine the type of shit that they go through, bro. Like, the common person wouldn't be like, that can't be true, man. Like, J. Cole talks about it all the time. He has
Oh,
to
yeah.
dumb down his music.
Yeah.
Because, like, bro, they're not going to believe the crazy shit that these celebrities be doing, man. And that's the life that I want to live, truly. Like, do you think about fame a lot? Do you think about, like, living that lifestyle?
Yeah, I have a very particular lifestyle I want to live. Yeah, I think about it all the time.
Is it like the real rapper $1 million mansion life, or like you trying to be on a farm?
Really, the life I want to live for my 20s is I want to be on with music. I want to have made it on music. I want to have a steady income off the music, but off the brand too. I want to be making clothes. I want to be traveling around the world with my crew, doing performances, hopping in the Sprinter van, going to the show, hopping out the Sprinter van, going to the fucking steakhouse, having a nice meal with my gang. Go to the B&B, go to the after party, go, travel. That's what I want to do
Just
for my 20s.
all
But
the
then,
time, bro.
yeah, but when I made it and I've had my, my fun, I want to have a nice wife. I want to buy a house in Brazil. I want to have a beach house, I want to kick back with my kids. So, yeah, I have a very particular lifestyle I want. Like, I went shopping the other day with my friend looking for new winter jackets. I was looking at Moose Knuckles. They're like 1.2.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. I can't buy this right now,
that
but
hits.
someday I will.
Soon, bro.
Yeah, soon. Like, I walking in that store, I'm like, okay, I can definitely see myself in the future coming here and like getting exactly what I
And
want.
then buying all the homies too, bro.
What you want? Moose Knuckle for you.
Yeah. Canada Goose for you, bro.
Monk Lizzie for you.
Oh yeah.
Yo, so when you're traveling around in the Sprinter van and you got the jackets on and shit, I mean, I don't know how cold it gets. in some of these cities. But
shit, with all the drip you be wearing, bro. Icy around.
Man's not hot.
I could never be hot.
Yes, sir.
2 + 2 is 4. 1 +
Yo, I've actually been jamming that song so much when I get so drunk, bro.
What?
Know all the lyrics, bro.
Yo, Felipe, add that to the playlist for Big Horse.
you know
it
we-
has to already be there.
You want to know what song I bump when I'm drunk? When I fuck pussy. Pussy turn red.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm a glass, yeah, busting out my head.
I said the girl said she want to forgive me.
Nah, I tweak out.
Yeah,
I tweak out.
Bombaras,
She got it wrong. Yeah.
No, I work with a Jamaican guy. He's super chill. And I was like, I was like, Bomba. He's like, yo, please don't say that. Like, that's offensive as shit. I was like, oh shit.
Yo, his come up has got to be the most. Like, I know people talk about like, oh yeah, I got my like legacy music, and then TikTok went off or whatever. But like, his come up has got to be the most unexpected.
Crazy.
Because it wasn't even the first time the meme got repped. That meme had been going on for like weeks and weeks and weeks, until at some point, like I remember the first time I saw the meme, I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. Like I was actually like, wow, like that's the one you sent to your friends, like you save it, like that's hilarious. Because it's like, yo, when you find out you're 1% Jamaican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
He leveraged it well, though.
that's true.
At
Okay.
the start, he didn't.
Mm.
But he started a challenge.
Oh,
with
okay.
Performances.
Okay.
He started pumping out more clips.
Okay.
That's how you got the leverage, right? Because like first, it's like, holy shit, this white guy is rapping like crazy. Like I gotta send this. Like this is just absurd.
Yeah.
Then you start seeing it more and more and more. You're like, well, this is kind of hard, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And then it ends up in your playlist.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
People play me when they're drunk, bro.
Yes, bro. Because
Bro
when
did a
people are
show.
drunk, they're feeling the most emotion.
Yeah.
They're-
It mixes, bro. Come on, you want to listen to some Drake with the Hennessy, right?
Yeah.
You want to feel yourself like
yeah,
that.
bro.
And then then you pull out your phone, bro. Start texting. It's
All
over.
about the culture,
It's over.
bro.
Once you're fucking drunk, you got the music playing, and you start texting all these girls, you know, like your exes or whatever, bro. Then it's over. You're finna be saying vile shit. Is that just me? Oh, my fault. Okay. Yo.
I try to like refrain from drunk texting.
Yeah, I mean that's why.
But I can't lie. Like
Me, nah,
I'd be
nah,
doing
I'm
that
not
shit
gonna
too.
lie.
Okay.
I'm an arbiter of chaos. I love doing that.
Yeah, I miss you.
Don't even mean to be like, yo, like, when can I see you next? Text me in the morning. She's like,
Yo,
oh my god, like we're going on a date like Thursday. I'm like, what?
Who
What did
said
I say?
that?
Bro,
just
I
pull
was-
up? Oh fuck. Fuck,
Yo,
bro.
it's funny because partly the only reason I really want to do this is because I want to tell you, John, like when I was it was Thursday night when I was like in the Toronto bus terminal, like waiting to hop on the bus to come here, and I was just like bored, bro. I really wanted to like text the girl from my university and like set up like a date for like tomorrow, like yeah. Just like in general, but like I wanted to set up a date for tomorrow, just cause like I was like, damn, like wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah, $1 billion man.
Well, no, but like I'm here tomorrow.
Beauty.
Like, do you
Oh.
like? I was like, oh, I'll just text her. I'll just text her today. Like, sorry, like I can't come. Like something came up.
Did you do it?
No, but I was like in. Like I was yeah.
No, wait, she said yes.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I've been doing that shit.
But then later,
Oh,
but then later I had to be like, sorry, like something came up.
No.
I was in Ottawa,
You just want to text. You just want to test it if you still got it, right?
bro. I just had to like.
Bro, he never knew he got it. Bro, why are you
I-
fumbling like
I had
that?
to, yo, stop saying names, bro. No names.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not.
sorry.
That's
Yeah,
not her name. That's not her name.
But
But like I wanted.
I swear that's not her name.
No. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Bro. No, not her. Somebody else.
Sorry, bro. I'm used to Hattie's live censoring.
Somebody else. But yo, like, bro, I just want to have shit going on. Like you get this. You're like, yo, I want to be traveling around. Like, I don't know. Like, fuck. Like,
It's a nice vibe.
I love traveling quickly from place to place because it kind of gives me a bit of a high where like, just like shit, like some simulation happened.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I woke up in one city. Sorry, I went to sleep in one city. I woke up in another city, and it's like same thing. Like that was just like more of like a video game to me. I'm like shit. Like right now, it's like right now, the way that right now, like my existence is that I will be in this city tomorrow. Tomorrow, which is now today, I'm not in the city. I'm in this city. Like it just fucks up my mind more. Like
Nah, it's,
I like-
bro, it's such a nice look,
like-
bro. It's a specific kind of high. 'cause
But it's also, like-
I'm needed here, and I needed like
But it-
5,000 kilometers away, bro.
yeah.
And it feels hype as
But it's
fuck.
also like it's a video game, you know. Cause in your when you're in a video game, like, you'll do whatever. Like, it's kind of like, you know, like playing GTA, bro. Like, fuck, bro. Like, I don't know how much weird shit I've done in GTA, right? But like, it's the same thing. I'm playing a video game. I'm like, yo, like, no matter what you say right now, no, like, it's not gonna work. Like this is literally a video game. Like, no matter you say yes, no, whatever, this, that, like, we're still not gonna see each other tomorrow. So I don't really care what you say. Like,
like Omigo on a
like, we're not
crazy scale, bro.
so yeah, like,
Me, that's $1 billion Omigo, bro. You go say some shit to some random girl in Montreal, bro. Like next day, bro, you pull up in LA, man, and that's the tour life, bro. And yo, like,
Yeah.
I've had dreams of being like a part of that. Like, I never wanted to be a musician, bro. But like, you know, that fame, like, I can't lie, like,
Yeah, bro.
it seems.
they want the musician
so
life,
big.
but they don't want to learn how to play piano.
Yeah, true. But like, yo, like,
Bars, write that down.
but
Yo, don't worry, you can take it. You can
It
take it.
just seems like so nice, man, to just be like going from place to place, always on the ball, because they need you, they want to see you, man, and having
Yeah.
that love internationally, bro, like, that's just a different feeling, man. You gotta feel like you're Genghis. You gotta feel like you're on top,
no
bro.
cap. That's what I'm trying to be. Like, honestly, I have so many plans. Like, I feel like things are just domino affecting right now, and like, I'm trying to give myself like expectations for myself is like 8 months,
Mm.
and I think I'll be
From now?
on. Yeah, from now.
Wow.
Like, I got a lot coming, and like, a dream is only a dream until you make it a plan.
Mm.
You know?
So real, bro.
But at the same time, like, it's hard to make plans sometimes.
Yeah.
As long as you have like good ideas and you write them down, you start with small goals, you get bigger goals, you start to make a map of what you want to do. Gives you like some reference, like some guidance. And like, I have pages of goals, little goals, just tiny goals and huge goals. That I'm like, these are all super doable in the next like year and a half.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
8 months, bro. I can't wait to see the reference back to here. Be like,
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to spin it back.
oh yeah, I'd love to see it, bro. I always think in terms of failure, you know, because like, of course, making goals is so important. But like, for me lately, like, sometimes I don't meet those goals. Sometimes I fail, and we talk about this often, where a lot of our failures comes from like just being undisciplined. Do you think that you still have an issue with that? Do you still think that, you know, sometimes it's not just like the actual quality, it's just like what you're doing on a daily basis? Do you still have to work on discipline, or do you think you're set for that?
Yeah, bro. Just graduated out of college, August. Came back from a month of degeneracy out in Brazil. Yeah, I gotta practice being, you know, straight-minded, and being on my shit. Not waking up too late.
Yeah.
Making the bed when I get up.
Yeah.
Like, just small things that actually lead to bigger things down the road. Keeping good, consistent habits. It's a big thing. I think I have a good head on my shoulders. You know, thanks to my mom and my dad. My granny too, teaching me, you know, importance of just being tidy, being responsible for yourself. And fuck, I'm gonna be 20 in January, so it's like,
Wow.
I gotta be on my shit. Like,
Yeah.
and I have goals I need to reach. Like, I can't really just. Obviously, there's gonna be days where I'm just gonna be degenning.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, it's a given.
You gotta have something to write about.
You gotta work hard, but you also gotta play hard at the same time.
Of course.
So, yeah, I
Yo.
understand what you're saying for that, for sure.
Do you have anything deeper to say about being 20? Because like, we like
Yeah,
to ask people.
I do
Yeah,
actually.
free trial's over, man.
When I turned 18, I was like, holy shit, my life's changing. Then I realized, okay, it didn't change that much. Then I hit 19, and it changed a lot. And now I'm gonna be 20. It's like, okay, I'm out of my teens. I'm a young adult. Like, this is it. Because when you turn 18, you're like, okay, I'm an adult now, but you're really not an
Yeah.
adult.
You still fuck around.
Yeah, you
still
still
party.
like, exactly. And you turn 19, you start to feel a little bit more. But now I'm about to turn 20, and it's a little bit scary.
Yeah.
But I'm ready for that shit.
The shadows of the 20s loom over us, bro, and it's so terrifying, man.
How old are you guys?
Like, we're your age, bro.
Okay,
We're 19.
19.
Yeah, I'm 19.
We're but like, yeah, bro. Like, he has a February birthday, bro, right after you, man. Like, and I'm in June. I love that because I can see how everybody reacted to be turning 20.
Yeah,
before
John loves to look to others.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, always looking side to side.
Yeah, I cannot be making the same mistakes, you know. I
I
love learning, bro.
My bad.
It's like, oh shit, like this will happen to you. That's all you, bro. I'm good. I'm good.
Sorry, I got 5 months, you know,
Exactly,
to
Nah, I'd be preeing the vibe people give off, and I'm like, okay, I'm trying to make myself less like it.
Yeah.
For real.
So true.
And it's like, I don't know. I think just keeping my head up, keeping my back straight.
yeah.
Set an example. Yeah.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
putting on for the people around me. And it's really like the people who show me love, who give me the confidence to like walk around, you know,
Yeah.
do what I need to do. Exactly. Hey man, we letting Big Horse back in the building.
Is it locked? What time is it? Is it 9?
It's 11:31.
Oh shit.
Damn, we've been talking for a little minute.
Yeah.
Yo,
Love that, though.
one
We go on
thing,
for a long time.
one thing that I think the number one parallel I can make between being younger and being older is that before, the only thing I had to do to achieve my goals was be patient. Like, you know, I'd always be waiting for Christmas break. I'd always be waiting for summer. I'd always be waiting for that one family vacation. You know, and it's like, I just couldn't wait, man. Like, I always could not wait for summer. Like, I'm like, fuck. Like, I'm counting down the months, the weeks. Like, soon as like April hit, I was like, oh, like I'm starting to feel it. Like, I remember, like, the week before Christmas break would always be so long. Like, I'd be, like, counting Monday, Tuesday. Like, it'd be crazy. But that's all it took. It was patience. And it's a little different now. Because now it requires patience and conscious and smart and hard work during that period. It's such a big difference for me because I'm, like, I actually wait for... Because I'm like, this goal is going to happen now just because of naturally how my work would play out. Like, this is how much time it would take. And then I get to that point and I fail. And that for me is different. Where I'm like, oh, no. I can wait all I want. You know, waiting is the easy part now. But if I'm not fucking applying myself, like,
consistently,
like every day during that, it's like, it doesn't happen either. So it's much more...
I feel that.
It's much more like...
It's what, honestly, like, realizing stuff like that, it's what I love about growing up. Like, when I was a kid, I used to be so scared of growing up. I used to thought I'd lose all my freedom. But in reality, like, now I really understand where the adults in my life had the perspective that they had. Not only for a moment of, like, appreciation for them and the things they had to teach me, and not out of judgment, but also to realize what I could be doing differently and better than them. And, like, also on a side note, like, growing up, like, I find that, you know, people talk about, like, losing the color out of their life and shit. But, like, frankly, for me, bro, like, the older that I get, the more I feel like so much more emotional, so much more capable of feeling and appreciating life. But now, like, turning 20, like, you're talking about, like, you used to wait for Christmas break to happen. And, of course, you know, we're, like, he and I are still in university. And I'm sure you had this for the last time as well, where, like, those deadlines, things that are kind of set in stone for us, they're not going to happen as much anymore. The milestones that we hit is now up to us to decide. And that's where a lot of fear comes in about growing up. Because now it's really up to us. And not even as, like, you decide whether or not, like, oh, I'm going to have this. It's like you have to actually choose that this is going to happen. You have to commit to something. Because, of course, everybody turns 18. And that's a huge milestone. Almost everybody graduates high school. And if they don't, that's also up to them. But now it's like, well, shit, like, I got to decide that I need
people
to be
really
a
start to
trillionaire.
diverge, basically.
I got to decide whether I want to be a trillionaire or not, bro. And I mean, that's in the past, but, like, I got to make sure that that's
there's like a level
alive.
of uncertainty, but there's a beauty to that uncertainty too, because it's like you realize my life is mine, and it's like my choices will reflect
so
that.
That's the actual agency, right? You're saying you lose freedoms. Well, you're now actually fully agent, right?
Yeah.
You gain that. Yo, Victa, when you're you know, going around these sprinters, I know you said when you're 30 plus you actually want to have a girl. Do you want to have a girl while you're driving around these sprinters?
Man,
like, how do you feel about that?
I've been in luckily for me, I've experienced love with a girl twice. And that's super lucky. I know a lot of people don't even experience that till, like, they're late on in life. So, like, I've been in a loving relationship, and I've also felt that heartbreak. But I also understand, like, a good girl is, like, worth 1,000 hoes.
so
You know? Like, I will never turn down, like,
good
Right.
girl's worth
a
1,000
real
bitches.
good girl. Like that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's genuinely what I want is somebody like I can love, but who loves me too for who I am, and who understands like that I'm also a human. I'm not perfect.
That's something that I fear for myself if I don't look for it always actively, that they would be disingenuous for appreciation. Because obviously, you know, we want to be successful people. And I wonder how you feel about, like, that story. Because if they're with you through the come up, you know that they really love you. But, what I'm concerned for is that once I'm there, like, do they really love me, or do they love the money bags and the status that comes with me?
The position.
Yeah. Do you think about that a lot?
I mean, yeah, sometimes. But to be honest, I got a crazy kill list that I want to accomplish. Like all these famous girls that are off limits now, like in a year, like 2 years, they're gonna be on limits. Like
It's like
the
that.
doors will be broken.
It's like
down.
that.
Like so, I got a crazy future hit.
Bro.
list,
Yo,
Top,
thank
bro. If you don't mind.
Yo, thank God. Yo, first guy who actually came up to me and was like honest about what they're trying to do out here. You've been funny.
Like the goal is to find a good girl,
Of
but
course.
at the same time, it's like
But like Zendaya,
like
where you at?
Yo, and that's what bro, that's what we did like last week with like the quadruple of gal we had in here, where it's like it's not like one way, like what do you want, and I'm like, it's not like that. Like when things come, you appreciate it.
I'm just a grateful man.
But right,
Grateful for life.
right, but like you still
you
still
The bunda.
like it's a general thing, you know, like there's like it's all basically I should have told him like, yo, I love girls. Like there's no wrong way for you to come. Like it can be a fantastic loving relationship. It can be like just like a one-time thing. Like you can be famous, and I've been thinking about you since I was like 9 years old. Like it can come all these different ways,
like
man.
the way you say it, like
Like
it
you-
doesn't matter the
like
way it comes.
Like you
right?
take it
'Cause
how it comes.
as long as you make them come.
As long, yeah.
That's what makes
to
it
you.
born.
Yeah, really like. Then I'm feeling great, you know. Like
If
life is good.
Yeah, like if
Real.
Oh
Nah,
my
I feel
God.
like.
Do you got a date, bro?
Hmm?
Do you got it? Do you got a top shotty?
let's start going through the list.
Just like
bro.
Nick Cannon, bro. He said he was in love with Mariah Carey since day one, and lo and behold, he got her, bro. You got a Mariah Carey in your life? Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh fuck. No. No, not Jada. I don't want that Jada and Will Smith love no more. I don't want that.
Silent when that part of the song.
I
goes
wanna
on.
real-
No, I have a girl that I always have a soft spot in my heart for. Always super special, but nah, for me right now, nah.
Mm.
Like I obviously I talk to people, but nothing like that super intimate or special yet. You know, it's all just talk, which is okay. I'm fine talking.
Yeah.
You know, I'm fine doing a little sneaky link here and there. But,
There's always something going on.
Yeah, but I'm always open to that. Like on my Hinge profile, it's like, not sure if dating goals, open to long relationship.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know
Basically.
exactly what you're talking about.
That's basically what I am. But I'm very like woman motivated. You know,
Mm.
Yeah.
like
No,
I
I can't
can't
relate to
lie.
that.
Like
I can't
I've
relate to
made music like specifically for girls to listen to. Like
Mm.
Where Did You Go? Or do you know that one?
No.
No, it was
Let's-
my Valentine's release.
Let's play it.
Bro.
That one, I was like, okay, I want the ladies to listen to this one.
Okay, okay,
Because they're gonna
okay.
like it.
I like that. I love that shit, bro. Making shit for girls to consume, bro. I love that. Like when girls play music, man. Like Tory Lanez, bro. I love artists like that when they produce stuff like that, bro. Cause like,
Real, Tory Lanez is actually a big influence. I should have named him earlier.
yeah. Cause like his stuff is great, man. And like I don't know, bro. Like sometimes I say like they're the kind of songs where like low key like you feel bad like learning because you're like envious, like just like JB when I was a kid, you know. Do you know what I mean? Like I'd be like fuck JB, but it's like fuck JB, like this guy got it all, bro. Same thing with Tory, because it's like bro, some people in my life,
Bro,
they'd be like,
it's-
dude, they're like,
Yeah.
wow, like if Tory came right here, bro, like I'd do anything for him. And I'm like, shit, like I thought we were okay. Hold on. You know what I mean?
Well, I thought we were fuck Tory
Yeah,
right
exactly.
now.
What? It's like shit, man. What about me? Like I thought.
Or
you were my
like, I thought you were like my. That's crazy, bro.
Oh, yeah.
We've gone through a lot, so much more to go through. But
Yeah.
any ending notes on your part, Victa?
Man, it's been a pleasure coming to talk. Thank you so much for having me. We
Yo.
talked a lot about cool shit. Made me low key think about my own creative process a little bit more. I'd be super down to come talk again on the podcast. Super down for the show. I'll come rock the show. Bring my fans. Bring my homies.
We know you will. We know you will.
Yeah, super grateful. Thanks for having me,
It's
guys.
gonna be sick, bro.
Yo.
When it's sick,
All right.
bro.
Yo, I'm
Thank
gonna run
you.
the praise, man. Yo, you sound like you got like a good head on your shoulders when it comes to this artistry, entertainment industry. Yo, I respect your ingenuity with it, the way you're thinking about things, and yeah, man, keep doing your thing. I always appreciate when people put creativity out into the world, but when they do it in a fucking sophisticated way,
Hey,
that
that
much
means
more
a lot.
important.
That means a lot.
So, yeah,
Thank
man,
you very much.
real.
Love seeing geniuses, man. Just like yourself, bro.
Yo,
And putting it out like
young
that.
millionaires for real
Yes,
in this
sir.
room.
Let's go.
You never know what can
All right.
happen in a couple years.
Motv,
Real shit, man.
you already
Hey,
know.
months.
Catch us on YouTube. Catch us at the show on December 21st.
Yes, sir. Listen to the new release. Cannot lie out loud. Now. Yeah, appreciate my guys for having me.
I just cannot lie. I gave it the best I could. I swear I really tried. We're running out of time. The way I'm feeling, that's how you feel inside.
That's how you feel inside.